without further ado, guys, let's get straight into it. And the first topic that we're going to be talking about today is talking about the James Gunn Suicide Squad film. I think it was yesterday. It might have been yesterday. The first trailer for James Gunn's Suicide Squad was released. And oh my God, it looks good. This looks so good, guys. This is one of my most anticipated films for a long time. I think there's many things that interest me about this film before I've even seen the trailer. So there's a lot of things that I was looking forward to just going into it already without even seeing anything from the trailer. Obviously, James Gunn is a big factor. You know, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, he's been able to make something out of nothing in a way. Like, no one knew what Guardians of the Galaxy was before James Gunn took it. So you take all that in, you take all that together, and you're going to have a film that's going to garner interest. Just from James Gunn alone. Just from James Gunn, him alone is going to garner interest, right? There's a lot of interesting casting decisions. Will Smith's not in this film this time. So that's kind of a big change. He was one of the main players in the first Suicide Squad film. Obviously, like I said, we have a different director, load of new cast members. But for me, the big one is the director. I think the different director and the fact that Warner Brothers are going into a different direction now with their DC properties is interesting. And I think the main thing that interests me, obviously, like I said, is James Gunn, but the cast is a big one. This trailer is a fantastic trailer for many reasons. It does a good job in setting the tone really well. You can tell this film is going to be crazy, to say the least. It's going to be a crazy film. It's going to be a fun film. It's going to be an experience to watch this with a straight face. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It's going to be a tough one to do, but I'm very excited to watch this and see if I can not laugh, because it looks hilarious. Like, the film looks really funny, and that's what James Gunn does well with all his films. He has a very good sense of humor, and I'm excited to see how he brings that into the Suicide Squad film. Also, I've got to say, my opinions was mixed on Birds of Prey. I like Margot Robbie in the role. I think a whole film with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is a little bit too much. But I think as a supporting cast, like a supporting role in an ensemble cast, I think she works really well. And I think in this she'll definitely work well. She looks like she has good chemistry with the other cast members. It seems like her and Idris Elba are probably going to have quite a lot of scenes together. John Cena looks hilarious in this film as well. John Cena looks really funny. Guys, if you've not seen this trailer, just watch this trailer for John Cena itself. He looks hilarious in this film. The kind of wacky antics that are going on. You have a guy that's like half man, half shark. That's bizarre. Very James Gunn, but very bizarre. So I'm very excited to see this. Obviously, my opinions on the first Suicide Squad film are well noted if you've watched any episodes of my podcast previously. I'm not a fan of that first Suicide Squad film, and I think most of it was down to studio interference, if you want to say that. I think David Ayer did have a good vision for the film, but it was completely took away from him and re-edited to be a film that it wasn't actually meant to be. This is 100% James Gunn. That's his vision. That's what we're getting. And I think the film will be a lot more smoother, a lot more streamlined, and a lot more consistent with its tone than the previous film, as we did get in the trailer. The trailer is full of funny jokes. It's full of this very wacky humor, but not to the point where it's too much, right? When I was watching it, I didn't feel like it was too much. I felt like it was just the right amount of humor. I felt like the visual effects look good. The visual effects don't look amazing. Like, it's nothing that's going to blow your mind. But they look fine. They look consistent throughout. There's not really a shot in there where I'm like, that's a really bad shot. Like, the CGI looks bad. Like, the CGI looks consistent. So, yeah, guys, if you've not checked out that Suicide Squad trailer for James Gunn's new film, then definitely check it out. Because I've got to say, I think this has the potential to be the best DCEU film. I'm going to go straight out and say it. I think this definitely has the potential to be the best DCEU film. Whether it ends up being that, I don't know. I hope it does, because I think it has a lot of potential to do that. But it's very early days, and we need to see more. I think obviously when the film comes out, we'll know for definite where it is in our own personal rankings. But the DCU films don't exactly go up there in as far as quality for me anyway. So it's not got much to live up to. But I think definitely this has the potential to be the best one out the bunch for me. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But leave your thoughts in the live chat, guys. And yeah, I'll get onto that later in the show.